the mill will be there between the first two. Well, they start in the morning, stripping the ricks, and then the crowd will start coming, and the farmer say, "You get life, you get up and cut with your shelves now. You get up and cut with your shelves. There'll be two more to get up to feed." And then the other boys will be pitching the shelves. And so much more on the rick of straw, and so much more on the sacks. And
They were all sacks at that time.
oh no, stacks.
Sacks.
Oh yes. Oh God, yes, the hook on the bed.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes, and you'd want to be fairly handy when the job will be going good for hook these sacks to the corn will be coming fairly fast with two good feeders.
Yeah.
You know, as far as ever they could pull it into it, butt to butt. And some of the engine men, if there was a jolt or anything, that you would whistle there, pull you up.
Not to be feeding as fast or
Oh,
something.
no, well, you wouldn't be putting them in right.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't be spreading them.
Yeah.
They give a jolt, you see, if he had the drum right for threshing right.
Yeah.
Some of them,
Well, at that time then, was it the steam engine?
oh yes,
Or was the steam engine it
all
was?
the steam.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the greatest. They know what, and there was, I know there was plenty of hardship on it, but the steam engine would be to come to this place tonight. And you would be down there, if it didn't come till 12 o'clock, you would be down there to see it coming in. And they had, it made no difference where they laid the pitch at that time. There was enough there to show it into its place. The pitcher was the last thing coming in.
That's a manpower.
Oh, God, yes. The engine man had no bother at all. Everyone was sort of like it. And I tell you, if I saw a steam engine now, go on the road tomorrow, I go down and look at it. There was something about it that, and so you know with the steam rallies now, you
Yeah.
know the course to see them steam.
Yeah.
And I remember now in Father Hartley's time, they had a, in Volga, a steamer, Peter OBrien now, God be good to him. He had a threshing set there. Brought it, and I saw Dan Hayden, he's gone too, and he had a grand sort of horse, and he used to follow engines. And he got up and fed there with a young soldier's horse.
And you were closer.
He was so delighted, no, that's the fact. Yes.
And who had the steam engine, we'll say, around at the time?
In my young days, it was Horton, Roxbury, and Dan Dean. Dan Dean beyond.
Of Roxbury?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was the principal ones. Around here now.
Yeah.
Before Brian's got it. Horton's and Dan Dean. There was an old, Dan Dean's father used to be around that time, but I used to hear the boys saying, do you know the way the engine on? But old John had Denny and Dan and Dora, two sons of daughter. But when the engine be going, well, Dora, Denny and Dan, Dora, Denny and Dan.
That's for rhyme.
So when?
Yeah, that's for rhyme.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the way the old engine.
What would say the crops now?
The what?
What would it yield then at that time?
Sure, the crops that time, well, there was not knowing a bit about first at that time.
Yeah.
So God, I would say now, if you got 10 barrels of wheat a day, you were doing well that time. There was no much manure,
Yeah.
they say.
Yeah.
But,
Well, when you're talking about a big day's thrashing then,
oh yeah, well yeah.
like what would a man thrash, would say, in a big day's thrashing?
About,
In barrels now.
oh well, I don't know about barrels, but about acres. The barrels now would be the yield, but acres, if you had a good crop, it'd be a big day's thrashing with 13 or 14 acres now. That'd be a big day's thrashing.
Yeah.
But the yields the yields would be different. It didn't yield as much that time as it done now, but it didn't cost as much either.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Well, what did the farmer keep his corn then?
Oh, no, he kept, some of them kept the most of it,
Yeah.
but the others went to Castle Bridge, do you know?
Yeah. On the horse.
And bulgers of ferns. You couldn't, God, I remember the bad years when you bring in the horses and loads there to bulgers of ferns. And there was so much of it, but by then they'd be sifting the samples there, or turning them away in draws. They didn't want it, there was so much. Poor old fellas. You had to send in to us a sample that time, before you went in with the corn. You run this, they threshed the sample. Well, some of them used to do too much of that, run it 2 or 3 times for the wind machine that time. Now the rest of it wouldn't be up to that at all. God, that was an awful job that side of it. And you had to empty it. When you would go to bunches of farmers down there for there, you would have some on sacks. You'd have to empty it into Guinness's sacks.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
And like, they'd be what, 20 stone weight?
Oh God, I'd say the word. Oh, but when you'll be filling up the sacks of barley for Castle, you'll be poking it down there, poking down the sacks with the stick, putting on your put into it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And men had to carry them then?
Oh, they carried them in Castle Bridge there and went up plenty of steps with it. And the sack of weight now could be 23 or 4 stone, mind. They get them, there was a bit about it. So I could knock up there. There was one bit about it. And some of them small men.
Small men?
Small men, yes. And of a thrashing day, that you hardly could fill the sacks big enough at the back of the mill. You brought them out here and filled buckets to put more in. And you tied them and two and get them up on the front wheel of the engine there. And then the fellow get under them, didn't know where you go with it. There was a bit of bother. 22 or 3 stone the weight in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Well then now, we'll say during the thrashing now, there used to be always like a drink of stout or something.
Oh sure. There was a quarter cask in the early days.
Yeah.
You know, they got this quarter cask and they tapped that. And they'd have a bucket and a mug. When the wind, there'd be a windy day and there'd be chap going here, there'd be chap. Well, there'd be saying, God almighty, and there'd be lads with moustaches and they pulled down the mug and there'd be a lump of water and they give them. Oh God, it could be more chatting up or than out, but
I was drank.
I never left the supper that.
I was drank.
Yeah. That was single port, that's all that time. You wouldn't get a top on it if you...
Well, how many, you would say, how many times now in the day would you get, would there be a drink?
About 3 times. There'd be a go of it before dinner now. And there'd be a go of it then before night. But then, sometimes the quarter cask would be gone and they'd get another one day and well, they'd have that then for the dance as well. Like so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
And at that time now, were you taking a drink yourself?
I was. But before I ever went to the Tashkents, myself and another fellow went down to Aidan Hughes's in Monamolin that time. And we weren't there to get the 2 bottles. We got the bottle of his famous. And that was the fourth super port of the fight on that. And you know what it is until he made us drunk.
And you've been drinking porter ever since?
Yes.
And what age were you, would say?
Oh God, I was about 19 or 20 years of age, per se. Yeah. Yes.
Peter, where did you go from Cousins'?
Sam Radman's a Ballorega.
Yeah.
I worked there for 7 years. And walked in a lot of the time. I got a no bicycle.
To Sam Radman's?
From the Commons.
Yeah.
From
And like,
yes.
and like you were only just a labourer kind.
Oh yeah, well I was following horses there.
Yeah.
I was the horseman.
The horseman. And what kind of wages now would you have?
10 bob a week that time.
For the horseman?
Yes.
Yeah.
10 bob a week, yeah.
And you stayed with him for
6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
And where did you go from there?
Well, I had an aunt that worked her lifetime in Liverpool with a clergyman, and she was getting on in years, and she said she'd come home if she'd anywhere handy to come to. They say,
Yeah.
when they were living, I told you, beyond there.
In the Commons?
Yeah. Well,
And did she come home?
this cottage, this acre of land. Well, I was only a young lad when they were getting out this plot. This was after Doran's land, and there was a fellow by the name of Paddy Brien. You know Martin Brien?
Yeah.
Well, Martin Brien's father was married to my cousins, and he put in for this plot. Well, now, Paddy Brien had died. Now, Jimmy Brien and was getting this built. And Jimmy went to England and got killed. Now, no one wanted it. When the cottage was built then, there was only 2 of us going in for it. And the one other lad that was going in for it wasn't an agricultural labourer. So I allowed I'd try it to get this and then bring me aunt home. So I got it.
You got this plot?
Yeah.
And
No, the cottage.
the house was built on it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That was, oh, sure you know, 50 years ago.
1937?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Well, she come home anyhow.
Yeah.
Then I had a sister, she was a maternity nurse, Kathleen,
Yeah.
and she got a bad back, a TB back or something. She was on her back in the bed there for months and months and months, but she got all right. But however, she died anyhow after some time. Then there was another sister, my aunt, Mary. And Mary come over and stayed with me. And then there was another sister down below in Larkin's Cross. And she come back and stayed with me, so they all died then and left me.
I left you.
Yeah.
Well then, when did the shop start then?
Well,
Was it Kathleen started the shop?
and Mary had started that in a little room above there. That little room started. And then the built this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't my doing, the built.
But you weren't taking in the shop at all.
Oh,
You
no,
were
no.
still working.
I was still working.
Yeah.
Oh no, I had nothing at all to do with it.
Yeah.
No, they done it all.
Well, no, I heard you were supposed to be the bees knees would say building stone ditches
Oh.
at that time.
Oh God, sure. There was no bothering. No one bothering at all in the world. Or the sad ditch either.
Yeah.
But there's no one doing them things now. But it was lovely when it was done. You'd be building up a gap there. There was a face on every stone if they took your time to find it empty. But that's how that was done.
But you were an artist.
Oh,
then.
well, I done it fairly well. I done it fairly well, yeah. But you had to do it that time. It was lovely that time, and even if the farmer was ploughing a lay field now that time, you cut the bushes, and sometimes you faggoted them, and you wouldn't leave a bit of stuff, but you'd put it into the faggot. And when they would be all through off, the field would be ploughed, you topped up the ditch then. You had to sod and top it up the ground, as you were saying. Nobody's job of all time.
Well, I'm going to ask you now, what is a faggot?
The bushes. You cut the bushes. And you get the youngest bushes you could. You see now, and
Yeah.
you get the green, you put them down there, and you cut the bush part of it there with your feet, and do that, and put the bushes there long, and then you get the end of this, and you twist it and make an nose out of it. And then when you have your faggot full, you pull in the other end through this, and then you twist that, and there you have
And
it.
that was your faggot of bushes?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. That's it. And they wouldn't let, well, they needed them that time, because that was the principal fire in that time, all through the summer now.
Yeah.
The bushes and briars and all them things.
Like that was the principal fire?
God, it was.
Yeah. Wet or dry?
They would be all brought in and heaped up in the old haggard there, having the whole summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And lovely fire in the water.
Well, would there be much coal now or anything like that
no,
used?
Oh, very good.
People didn't know what coal was.
Well, they did, but they didn't use much of it.
Yeah.
The coal, there was farmers that time. You and me and the other fellow ordered so much. And that would come in the wagons to Milltown there. And you go and draw that there home. That's the way that the most of them done it. And if they didn't do it that way, the Johnny Simmons below at Cahor, he had a coal yard that time. The ship would come in at me at Cahor, and they go bring in the coal with boats then. In Cahor, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, cures, Peter.
What?
All cures now at that time.
Oh. Well, I tell you,
Have any experience of any of
I
those?
don't believe much in them, but I tell you one time. As I said, I was working at Bradley's, and it was in the hay season, and you know the tumbler rakes now.
Yeah.
Well, I was after this, and you'd be coming onto this windrow, and the rake would go up. Well, there were big yorks with the
Spikes them.
well, it would come up that way, and the horse stopped. And then the rake come back, and it got me there. Well, I was bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. But when I was going up into Radway's yard, someone had told Mr. Radway, God, the blood stopped. And it was then I heard, they told me that she was able to stop the blood. Well, then they told me about several others were able to do it. And at the present time, I'm told there's a woman next door or near able to do it. Her father gave it to her.
To stop the blood now?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a prayer. Well, I tell you what did happen me. I had a wart on the thumb there, a bleeding wart, and I was topping up a dish there one day, and I was told about this woman. And up this woman comes, and we were talking about she's a neighbour. And I was telling her, and says, you can cure that. I don't mind like it. I says, I forgot something. And she says, there's a little stone there. And she took the little stone and she fired it away. She forget about that now in a couple of days. Well, so was God, there was never a sign of light of it in a couple of days.
The water gone.
Gone now, that's true. And I didn't leave in anything, but that's true anyhow.
And she was a neighbour.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Right, yes. There she was. But she threw away the stone, sadly.
And you were finished with your
But
water.
I was finished. No. Yeah.
Well, did you know of any other cures?
Oh, sure.
What's this, the one, we'll say, the horse type of thing?
Oh, well, that was the farce thing.
Yeah.
They used to go. Yeah, but sure. There's nothing about anything at that time. Yeah, there were certain men. One man, you'd have to go around in a ring with a horse. He does some. But it was really blood poison, I think. I don't know. There's nothing about it now. But there says a farce, but there was 2 or 3 lads that says it. Well, they believed in it, and that's all seemingly, but seemingly used to cure it.
And used to work?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, Peter, like, the building end of it now,
Yeah.
you built this,
This laying tone now on the shop part.
yeah,
And the store is out there.
yeah. You built that yourself?
Yes,
Yeah.
but they got me to build it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I was working then, but they were doing well in the little shop.
Yeah.
Well, Mary had her pension as well, but they were doing all right, and I was working at a old job I could get touching her that time and stuck it for a few years. But then they all died. Well, I had a brother here too, Paddy.
Paddy, yeah.
Well, he went down to Darkness Cross. Well, he died. Well, then there was no one left on myself. Well, I was come on to the age of the pension then. Well, I allowed it, let it do, and I wanted no more, and I kept on the little shop for the version of the thing.
Like, when Mary and
Yeah.
Kathleen died,
Yeah.
then, like, you
What?
came back to the shop.
Oh, sure, I was here.
Yeah, I know you were.
I kept
but,
it going,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Just kept it going for the sake of
Yeah.
comfort or loneliness.
Yeah.
Little bit of company.
I know, yeah.
I was stable. But I got the pension then and I didn't care.
But there's still, like, there's no sign of you retiring from the shop.
Well, that's company.
It is, yeah.
Though you wouldn't be doing much, but it's company.
Yeah.
Not that there'd be someone coming in at that time. You wouldn't be dead for a week or anything.
Yeah.
Or they'd find you.
Yeah.
That's true. But they were very good to me. And if I was, good. And so I should have been giving them something. But God knows they were giving me something.
But tell me this, Peter, now, I have to ask you this.
Yeah.
This. You told me a little yarn there a while ago about you were dashing one day.
Oh,
What's this that was?
I was, myself and Tommy Redmond was walking above at Doran's. And we were after plastering the house outside now. And I was late finishing up, dashing the outside of it now. Oh God, it was 7 or 8 o'clock in the summer's eve. And I was as tired as could be. And we went down to Monamolin that night and got a few jars. And now there was no one here on the Kathleen and Mary. And I was sleeping up there. And I was after a kind of snake in me for fear that no. And honest to God, sure I was dreaming. And had the pole under the bed. And I was above at arms. What if I didn't start action? I hit the pole again, that didn't do it. And that, oh God, I thought hell was open for sinners.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh God, I never forgot it in my life, that.
You got the rounds of the kitchen,
Oh, God, of course I earned it too.
Yeah, yeah.
I was training, that was, Jesus. That nearly frightened myself. Oh God.
Well, you've no regrets as the
Oh God,
fellow says.
no.
Oh,
I have no regrets. If I was young again, and if there was dances and all, I'd go through the same old thing again. Tell you the God's honest truth.
Well, tell me this then. Was there ever a prospects of a Mrs. O'Brien in the
Well,
life?
I think I courted a few. But as the saying is, anyone can court a girl up to marriage. But then if you don't want to get married, it's the devil of a job courting her down to where you marry.
Well, there was.
There was. I'll think of there was. I'll think of there was. Well, I think there was none of them in that hard look to not happen on me.
No.
But it was there.
And they're not happening on you in the right time.
No, well, I was hard setting up to keep myself all the time, and that's the truth. That's the truth. I got it. That was like the song. There were rare old times, but there was no money. But there were rare old times. That's all about it.
Yeah.
And neighbourly. And then the dramatic class started. Oh, years ago. With Johnny Fowler and all them that time. In the old hall, you have remember that? The old hall in the bog above in Ballystracy.
I don't know.
No, of course you don't.
No.
Oh God. Well, there was some fair nights there, man.
And who was in that now? Can you remember? In the dramatic class?
Oh, there was, well, there was Johnny Doran, there was Mary Quigley, there was Willie Doran, there was Lawrence Hall of Crane, Johnny Fowler, my brother Bill and brother Jack, and your father. No.
Yeah.
Your father and I used, there was a